Hello everyone, Chris Kirsten here with the Savory Institute. I'm here in lovely Vancouver, Canada with Alan Savory. Alan has been invited back to TED 2014 to give a follow-up talk, a 5-minute interview with Chris Anderson as TED is celebrating moving from Long Beach to Vancouver, Canada. Can't say enough wonderful things about Vancouver. It's just a really beautiful city with a ton of culture and flavor. It's an industrial port, but also just has a lot of natural beauty, and it's really a sprawling cityscape as well. I mean, as far as the eye can see, there's skyscrapers in every direction, which really is kind of an interesting, fun place to be. Those two buildings there in the video on the waterfront are where TED was held. There's a lot of high-end buildings here, very wealthy people, and just a really neat place to spend time. We ended up getting away and spending some time in a place called Stanley Park, which is a preserve on one of the peninsulas, which is a little bit more nature-based after spending some time walking around the city. But really cool place, a lot of flavor here, really fits the TED vibe well. If you're not familiar with TED, TED stands for Technology, Entertainment, and Design. And so you get all sorts of different topics covered when going to a TED event. But really inspiring, and Vancouver's just got a ton of flavor to foster that and take care of the people that are here. So if you haven't been to a TED event before, it's I believe it's $7,500 for a ticket, and they just take care of every single detail you can imagine. The whole city gets done up TED style. This building here, the white one there on the waterfront, is one of the two buildings that we were in, and every detail is covered from top to bottom. This here is the view looking out from the TED event center itself, and they do everything from have yoga. They had all sorts of seating areas outside of the main stage. If you didn't want to sit in the main stage, they had simulcast going. They had meeting centers in case you wanted to have meetings with people there, or telecommute and have meetings with your office in other parts of the world. The food was incredible, really amazing. Everything was gourmet, top of the line. They even had a hot chocolate bar where the staff would serve you high-quality hot chocolate with all the fixings. I must say it was probably the best cup of hot chocolate I've ever had in my life, with chocolate flakes and vanilla whipped cream and marshmallows. They had a virtual reality area set up, which was really cool. You got to explore the International Space Station. They had every kind of display you can imagine. This one was here on climate change. They had Post-its where people could put information of what they wanted to see change. And then once the building filled up, it just had all this positive energy, really bright people from around the world gathered to come to TED. And you could just feel all of that synergy coming together. The TED main stage was gorgeous. They built this whole wooden structure in a matter of a week, specifically for TED. And really intimate experience, great for speakers, feels like you're really close and conversational with the audience. They also had this great outdoor structure that they built. It was a artwork piece where there was an app, and you could actually control how the color played on this draping net that was colored with all sorts of different lights, and so you could interact with that. They had a private dinner for Alan where people could purchase a special ticket to sit with him and have a nice meal. And then we did the interview with Chris Anderson. Alan did great. That should be coming out in a couple of weeks. And then Alan had this message that he wanted to share with everyone.
I do believe no scientist today would argue that management needs to be holistic at all levels, from the household, the farm, throughout agriculture to government policies, embracing all science and other sources of knowledge. And I hope that the day comes about before too long that we're doing that, because unless we do, we're not going to be able to deal with the full complexity of cultures, society, environment and economy, and we're not going to be able to develop the sort of agriculture we need to sustain cities, civilization, and to address climate change.
So thank you, TED, for everything. We had a great time. You put on an amazing event. And be on the lookout, everyone, for that interview with Chris Anderson. We'll get that up on Facebook, so be sure to go onto our Facebook page and like us and look for that coming soon.